Thursday, the 15th of September, 2022. And what is today? Today is when we have the live webinar, first one since the summer. All right, so, while some people think it's still summer, first one since the summer. We haven't done any since June, so we're back to a schedule again. It is right now about 8:35 in the morning, and there's a lot of economic data. But before we get there, stock market's under early pressure, and there is a tentative rail strike deal. I read about it. I'll write about it in my full report this morning, my written report. I'm not going to cover it here. Suffice to say, they got a tentative deal. It now has to be ratified, but that whole process takes a while. There's a cooling off period, so this thing's gone away for the near term. But if you take a look, a lot of problems in the metal markets. Dollar up again, sort of waffling in the euro. British pound still under selling pressure, no change there. Energy's coming under renewed selling pressure. That'll get the anger of OPEC Plus. You can count on it. They are going to cut production. Just count on it at their next scheduled meeting. When you look at the grains, holding on. Corn got a bid today. Now, this deal happened with the railroad at about Central Time, about, I understand, 1:30 in the morning. Handshake deal. Everybody, after 20 hours of straight negotiation, called it a day and said they had reached their parts. It's full of inflation. I want to give you an idea. Think of an increase over time of like 25%. So it's quite inflationary if you look at anything there. And what's weighing on this? Well, in China, the banks are saying that they think they will be lucky in the country to see 3 to 3.5% growth. They're looking for smaller numbers. That doesn't bode well. But let's go to the data. And here's the data that we have for the day. Jobless claims, just like inflation, this darn thing is sticky. Continued strength. You dropped 5,000 to 213. The market expected an increase. So you're not losing workers here. And they're on the payrolls, going to the payrolls. You waffle with the continued jobs, but that's okay. You're up 2,000, down 2,000. These are very low numbers. Then we get to the Philly Fed. The index was expected up. It came in down 9.9. That's your headline part. And you can see where you missed on so many of these numbers as to what they're doing. New York Fed, though, is different. I'll show you that in a minute. When we look at retail sales, up 0.3. They expected that flat. Now, a lot of people think that because gasoline prices fell so dramatically, and this is an August report, it's further back looking, that money was taken and the families used it to purchase things for their kids for school. I think that makes a heck of a lot of sense and is probably what did happen as you look at the marketplace. Then we get to the New York Fed. So you saw the weakness in the Philly. This is down, but not as down as was expected. Do you see what I'm getting at? The employment index picked up a little. New orders picked up a bit there over what you had. So this report sort of counters the other one. Import-export price recap, down 1%. They expected it down 1.2. I didn't see anything on the export prices. The source I had didn't have it. As I said, we have the tentative agreement with the rail workers and China's offshore yuan over 7. So you have a lot of things going on, and we're going to talk about them today. If you bring the questions to me, we do it. Fast-paced, chart analysis, fundamentals, 20 minutes. That's all that we give it, and then it ends. I don't record it, so if you don't attend, you can't see it live. It's that simple, and that's by my design. Right? Not interested in me holding it. I get 5 people in it, and everybody wants to then go and say, well, I'll look at it tonight. Don't do it that way. So I have sent out again, as I'm talking to you, the final invites went out this morning, and that'll be it. Now, if you don't have an invite for me because you're not on my mailing list, all you need to do is follow my finger, go up here. Right there, when you move your cursor, there you're going to see an icon. It'll give a pop. Fill out the form. You'll get an email back to you with your user ID and password. Seating is limited, by the way, so it's first come in there, first serve. I don't care when you register, first come, first serve. I open it typically 12:10, 12:15, and I begin sharply at 12:30 p.m. Central Time, unless there's some screw up with the Zoom service, and there rarely is, so it works pretty easy for it. If you have questions, call my staff at 866-973-2077. A number of you have done what I asked. in the receipt with your user ID and password, I put my email address. You can write me questions there for charts, give me the symbols, the name of the chart, and I've already created a whole series of them in the stock market that people have asked, some of the spiders as well. And what that means is we can just move things through things very fast. I have the futures markets. I don't have, obviously, all the stocks. You know how many thousands there are. And then if I'm going to put on window envelopes and the other studies, it can get complicated. I just don't have the time to do it if it's live during the question and answer period. So I look forward to seeing you. I'll open up, like I said, 12:10, 12:15. Look forward to it. You have a good